The big update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare was released today, and this is update 1.09, and we're going to be going over everything that was changed in this update. This new update is 12.9 gigabytes on PlayStation 4, 15 on Xbox One, and 20 gigabytes on PC. This was a big update that was supposed to bring lots of different changes to the game and was supposed to be the big update that really fixes everything that has happened with the game. And you might have kind of gotten a glimpse of this from other channels or from Reddit or Twitter, stuff like that, but basically the gist of this update is that it changed a lot of stuff, but there's also quite a bit of negatives surrounding this update. So there's some stuff that happened with this update that the community isn't particularly happy about, and we're going to discuss all that today. So before we get into today's video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and make sure you guys ring that notification bell, that way you guys stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Modern Warfare videos, as well as Call of Duty Mobile's Zombies mode will be dropping tonight, so I'll definitely be playing that and posting some videos about that, so make sure you guys are subscribed and stay tuned on the channel. But let's get into this new update. So it is 1.09, and they say this new update brings changes to special operators, changes the kill feed to be less cluttered, fixes for S&D mount glitches, thermal scope updates, and additional bug fixes across the game. So what we're going to do here is go over the full patch notes, and then we're going to go over everything else that changed. So one thing that did happen with this update is it leaked a whole bunch of content for Season 1 of Modern Warfare. That will begin sometime in December, so not too far away before that will start. And so we got a lot of content, maps, modes, tons of stuff leaked about that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate video specifically talking about that. So if you're interested in that, you guys can go and check that video out. Make sure you guys are subscribed, that way you guys don't miss out on that. But this video is going to be all about the 1.09 update. So here are the patch notes. This is what has changed. There are two new special operations within Modern Warfare. So Modern Warfare Spec Ops mode is third mode. You now have two more operations. You have Hairbringer and Brimstone. So two new operations. The jury is still out on whether or not these are actually good operations yet, or if they're really like excruciatingly hard like the other ones were. Nonetheless, we have two new special operations missions, and that's pretty cool. So we got 2 weeks ago, we got an update that put out a brand new ground war map and also a new multiplayer map, as well as I think it also brought us some modes. Yeah, it brought us Hardpoint as well. So it seems about like every 2 weeks we're getting a big content update with like last time we got a new ground war map, and we got a new multiplayer map, and we got a new game mode, and now we're getting new special operations things too. So that's pretty cool, and I'm really liking this, that we're getting additional content. So that's cool if you're a special ops fan. Then bam, two new special operations. We also have some new classic special operations. We have Door Kick, which is a 3-star rating system and rewards. So these are like the actual special operations you can go through, just like the ones from like Modern Warfare 2 and 3, where you have like a 3-star rating system. And they say the 3-star rating system is based on time completed, and you also get XP and multiplayer unlocks based on your star rating after finishing a game. For multiplayer, the changes are that we now have a realism mosh pit, that's domination, hardpoint, headquarters, and kill confirmed, and gun game is returning. Gun game is now in Modern Warfare. Gun game is really fun, and we're going to give that a shot here on the channel in just a little bit. But general changes, here's things that changed in general across the entire game on all platforms. They say they fixed a bug where a player could spawn without a character model when spawning in on a friendly vehicle. They have fixes for various exploits across all maps and modes. They have a fix for an issue where copying an opposing player's loadout was also copying their kill streaks. They have a fix for the after action report not displaying newly acquired awards. Fix for player rank icons not appearing on the scoreboard. They shortened the amount of time an execution animation plays. For accessibility, they added the option to always sprint. For footsteps, they adjusted the volume and sound type played for crouch walk and walking while aimed down sights. That's a huge one. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Next up is Dead Silence. They have a fix for Dead Silence field upgrade not lasting the correct amount of time when CDL rules are enabled. They have a fix for nameplates being visible in certain locations on Piccadilly. They have updates to the obituary, or the kill feed as we all call it. And they removed the avenged and saved player and the play of the game owner, and player rank increases from showing up in the kill feed. So now it's just going to be like straight up kills and stuff like that. It's not going to show this player avenged this player ranked up. That stuff is no longer in the kill feed. That's a good change. I really like that. And they also have a fix for players being able to join a match even though they've been blocked. So interesting, that's fixed as well. I didn't know that was a problem, but they fixed it. So cool stuff there. Now, big thing out of this entire thing here is the footsteps. They said they adjusted the volume and sound type played for crouch walk and walking while aiming down sights. Now, this is interesting because on the PC version of Modern Warfare, in the patch notes for this, they included some dev notes that weren't actually supposed to be public, but were somehow included in the public patch notes. So for this specific change, they say, this is a hot topic in the community, and this is not the change they're hoping to see. Our core players want to see footstep volume dramatically reduced. So this is Infinity Ward's little note internally about this change. They obviously say, it's a hot topic of the community because it is, because footsteps are so loud in this game, and because dead silence is no longer a perk, basically footsteps are always audible at all times. So if you have a headset, you're gonna have a big advantage in Modern Warfare. And there's not much you can really do to change your footsteps sounds. You can crouch walk, and you can sprint. There's a difference in audio there. But they say here they adjusted volume and sound type played for crouch walk and walking while aimed down sights. But they also say here that this is not the change they were hoping to see. They were hoping to see footstep volume dramatically reduced. So they reduced it a little bit is what apparently this update did, but not much. So they're saying this is not the change they're hoping to see. Why? See, this makes no sense though. See, and this is something that the whole community has been blowing up about, has been upset about with this update, is that Infinity Ward is in here literally admitting that, yeah, no, the community wants this changed, but this isn't the change the community is actually getting. This is what the community wants, but we're not giving it to them. Why not? And why aren't they saying this publicly? Why are they saying this as an accident within the patch notes? Why don't they come out with an actual statement saying, hey, this is what the deal is with the volume and footsteps and stuff. Here's our thoughts on this, and we know it's different from what the community thinks, but we think we're right on the game design here. Okay? That's better than at least not saying anything at all. Right now, Infinity Ward just been tight-lipped, just zip, nope, not gonna say anything. And this is the communication we get, is from accidents like this where code is left over and little notes are left over. So I don't know. Footsteps audio is reduced a tiny bit, but still it's yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. The next up is private match. They added the option to disable the spawn camera. They fixed a bug where the starting flag's captured private match option was not functioning as intended. They also have a fix for the bomb screen appearing blank when defusing or planting the bomb in search and destroy with realism enabled, and they added bomb carrier indicators. For the kill streaks, they fixed an issue where selected kill streaks would revert to the previous selection mid-match. Fixed where players using the shield turret kill streak could see through smoke at certain angles with the side panels of the turret. And now onto the Call of Duty League, the CWL or the CDL. So for this is basically a big portion of the update. People are saying that instead of Infinity Ward changing a lot of the big things that are currently upsetting the community with the game, instead they're making changes to private matches and stuff like this. So here's these changes for the Call of Duty League. They have a change for dead silence. They have a fix for the dead silence field upgrade not lasting the correct amount of time when CDL rules are enabled. Thermal scopes are now able to see through smoke grenades. Added the option to disable the spawn camera. Fixed an issue where the mount interaction prompt was disappearing when planting or defusing the bomb in search and destroy. For one life mode, they have some fixes where the camera got stuck on the death location when transitioning to spectate. They also have a fix for weapon not animating when sprinting at the beginning of the round. For the infantry assault vehicle, the IAV, they reduced the damage radius and lethality of the turret. Progression/challenges/mission fixes. They changed a couple of these. They cleaned up and updated descriptions for various challenges. The officer challenge heads up apparently was fixed. They have destroy vehicles with launchers, doing work, aggression, expert gunsmith, and one trick pony. That's all they say about that. Apparently those are changed or updated or something. We don't know. This is the communication Infinity Ward has given us, so there you guys go. Doing work, aggression, expert gunsmith, one trick pony, destroy vehicles with launchers, heads up. What about them? We don't know. Thanks, Infinity Ward. Lethals and tacticals, they say they have a fix for the decoy grenade showing a red blinking light for both allies and enemies. And they also slightly brighten the player outline when using the snapshot grenade. For the single player, they fixed a bug that could occur that could cause an error when selecting a mission. Perks, Spotter, the perk was not marking equipment, field upgrades, or kill streaks through walls and free-for-all. They had a fix for the Spotter perk not marking UAVs and slightly brightened outlines. EOD, they have a fix for players losing HUD elements after hacking the enemy claymore in certain scenarios. The Quick Fix perk had an issue where perks were not giving faster regeneration when earning kills with a throwing knife, so that was been fixed. They have a fix for the Amp perk not stowing the riot shield as quickly as it should. And now onto weapons. For weapons, they have a fix for rocket launcher camos not unlocking or tracking properly. Fix for the Model 860 camos not unlocking or tracking properly. The FN Scar 17, they have a slight increase in ADS time. So they say here in the patch notes, okay, here is a big change the community is upset about. They say they have a slight increase in ADS time, while they also have a reduction to barrel and bipod grip penalties. So you might think that this is a nerf to the Scar 17. That they have an increase in ADS time. So the time it takes you to aim down sights is longer now. It's increased. The time, it now takes longer. So it's going to be like a lot harder to ADS. It takes you more amount of time to do that. Well, people have actually discovered that this is not true. This is actually the opposite. They decreased the ADS time. So I don't know if they just had like a typo here within the patch notes and they got this wrong, that they have a slight decrease in ADS time instead of an increase, that somebody at Infinity Ward got this mixed up, or what. But basically, this is not accurate. It has a slight decrease in ADS time. But the reduction in barrel and bipod grip penalties, I believe, still stands. It's just this little note. The community's like, bro, you lied to us. You said the Scar 17 got a nerf, but it actually got a buff. So, yeah. They also have a fix for a white placeholder box appearing when leveling up a weapon and unlocking new attachments. They added descriptions to all optics that have a scope glint. And they also fixed an issue where the P90 plus the FFS ring sight would create a scope glint, just like you're using like a sniper rifle. Thermal scopes are now able to see through smoke grenades. They have a fix for charms not appearing when they should on various weapons. And now onto leaderboards and combat records. They fixed a bug where selecting all would sometimes kick the player back to the main menu. I had that happen to me a lot. I don't know why, stupid bug, but hey, that's fixed. They added CTF and hardpoint into combat records. For audio, they have some voice chat options. They have no effect, which is default voice chat, and no additional effects or EQ adjustments. Stealth comms is a different voice chat option where you can bring the immersion of the campaign into multiplayer with added SAS radio effects to voice chat. You also have classic chatter. Feeling nostalgic? Coordinate with your team using classic Modern Warfare radio effects. So apparently you can change your voice chat options in game if you want to. I mean, is this really what you should be working on in Infinity Ward? Like, the community is like absolutely outraged. There's a lot of things going on with Modern Warfare, and they really want stuff fixed. But instead of fixing stuff like broken weapons and different glitches and bugs and stuff, no, they're adding voice chat options. So that's where Infinity Ward's priorities are at. Now for the special operations, they added munition drops after various objectives. A care package will drop to provide you with more much needed ammo or munitions. They have various exploit fixes, so if you thought that special ops was too hard and you needed to use some exploits, well, that's fixed, so just made it a little bit harder for you. They have a fix for an issue where players could lose functionality after using the EMP drone in Operation Crosswind. They have a fix for crashes that occur when viewing the scoreboard from the match summary. For survival, they have a fix for enemies spawning out of bounds on Piccadilly. And now let's talk about some PC specific changes here. So these are the final changes of this update are the PC ones. So they have two new features. One is that they added an option to hide friend requests and party invitations. They also added support for additional keyboard loadouts on PS4. So, I mean, that's not actually a PC change. I don't know why this is in that section, but I guess they figured keyboard means PS4, so yeah. They have apparently several fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability. And they also fixed an issue where the boot up sequence volume would be too loud. That was definitely a huge issue. I am glad that they fixed that. That is something Infinity Ward should have fixed day one, because if you freaking launch Modern Warfare and if you have headphones on or something like that, you're going to blow out your eardrums because the volume's just cranked up to 11. Holy smokes, thank you. That was actually like really annoying. They have various key binding adjustments. Players are now able to get out of the gesture and spray wheel by clicking anywhere. More fixes to prevent hitching / stuttering during cutscenes. They fixed an issue where Modern Warfare's main menu music would not play when users activated the skip introduction movie option. Fix for an error that could occur when attempting to manage a party, multiple fixes for different aspect ratios on different menus/screens in the game. You have a fix for a bug where the XP token shortcut key would also open NVIDIA highlights features simultaneously. It is now on the F key instead. And they also fixed a bug where some achievements would appear completed even though they weren't. So let's talk about this update overall and give you guys kind of a quick summary of this. So first, let's go over those patch notes that were on PC that Infinity Ward accidentally left some code and some like little notes into it. Well, we already talked about the Dead Silence one about footsteps and stuff, so I don't know. Infinity Ward is obviously listening to the community, but they're not communicating, and they're obviously not responding to it at all. They're not saying anything about it, and they're not doing anything about it. So that sucks. I mean, they obviously hear us, but they don't want to talk to us about it. Even if they said, no, we think we're right, we think footsteps are fine the way they are, okay? That's your choice as a game developer, but at least give the community that communication. Don't just go, no, I'm giving you the silent treatment. You know, you guys are telling us to do something to make a change within our game, but we're just gonna pretend you're not here. We're just gonna, you know, like, just plug our ears. We're not gonna listen to you. At least give us communication. If you're gonna like pull a stunt like this and like totally like ignore the community and you're not gonna honor the community's wishes, at least tell us why. Give us a, you know, like some sort of conversation. Put out a tweet that says, hey, this is what we think is right for our game. Sorry, but this is what we're doing. Okay? Hey, communication. Bingo! And the other thing that Infinity Ward left in for these patch notes is under Gun Game. They say Gun Game is a fan favorite mode and we should see positive sentiment around its addition. What? So they're banking on Gun Game appeasing the community here and like calming this giant poop storm? What? So, I mean, apparently this is the way Infinity Ward thinks internally. They're like, hey, the community doesn't really like this game currently. The community is having outrage about a whole bunch of different stuff. So rather than fix these specific issues, how about we change a bunch of like stuff in private matches? How about we add some audios, voice chat options, and let's bring out Gun Game. You know, that should make the community happy, is if we bring out Gun Game. No, just fix what the community wants. Fix these guns that are overpowered. Do stuff about the tanks in the ground war mode. Do stuff about the skill-based matchmaking, about the lag. These different things. But instead, they're throwing in Gun Game. They're like, hey, Gun Game should make the community happy, so we should see some positive sentiment around its addition. What? How are you expecting positive sentiment when you still haven't even addressed the other issues that are going on with the game? You just expect us to forget about it? I don't know, dude. It's beyond me, but that is the update. There was barely any changes. There was, what, like 3 weapon changes? There was some camo changes, and, I mean, like, yeah, that's about it. It's voice chat options, so there you go. I literally can't think of any other thing on here that's really that great, other than maybe the boot up sequence volume would be too loud. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, the P90, you know, creating the scope glint, that's a good change. And that's about it. I mean, maybe that spectating glitch where you can no longer spectate people and like go around like, is it like a free camera while you're playing a one life mode? That's a good change. Thank you. But other than that, it's like, what's the deal? Like, sure, you have like 2 new special operations and another classic operation, as well as the realism mosh pit and Gun Game. That's cool. That's actually good content. But like, yeah, the community wants content, but I think the community wants way more for the current game to be changed and to work properly. So instead of fixing what's wrong with the game, they're instead being like, hey, here's more stuff for you to do. And it's like, yeah, these new multiplayer modes and stuff are cool, but like, we're still gonna have those same issues from earlier crop up in these new modes and stuff. So like, you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot by releasing new modes and stuff when you haven't fixed that initial like crap fest that's been going on. So I feel like fix that stuff first. That will give you an actual really good sentiment with the community. If you fix skill-based matchmaking, lag, some like weapon balances like the 7.25 shotgun, the M4, you do stuff about the footsteps, bada bing, bada boom. Change all that, and then the community will welcome these other changes. So when you're doing a whole bunch of like little tiny changes like this, but you're not changing the big things, I don't know, like it kind of makes us wonder what you're doing over there. This was supposed to be the big update, so you can kind of understand the community's frustration behind this stuff. Basically, that is the entire 1.09 update. Disappointing, to say the least. And I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff that was leaked for future content, but I still think, just like I said earlier, I still think that they need to fix the game first before they bring out new content. So we're going to be specifically talking about all that new content in another video, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and we're going to talk about that later tonight. So there you guys go. That is the 1.09 update. Kind of weird. I don't know how you get a 15 gigabyte update on Xbox, 20 on PC, and almost 13 on PS4 out of all this. But somehow you do. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'll see you guys next time.